Sexual follies. A health information site titled Healthline, which serves a reputed 85 million people a month, I'm reading this off our own Daily Wire, is offering an LGBTQIA. It's more like, I don't even know what I and A stands for, but I deeply don't care. So I'll just say it. LGBTQIA Safe Sex Guide that stipulates the word vagina is no longer appropriate for that part of the female anatomy. Instead, the proper term for that orifice is front hole. I'm really glad that you're conferring more dignity on women by referring to them as having a front hole. Well, why do they have to do this? Why is a term that is perfectly valid, why do they have to change it to front hole? The LGBTQIA Safe Sex Guide explains. For the purposes of this guide, we'll refer to the vagina as the front hole instead of solely using the medical term vagina. This is gender-inclusive language that's considerate of the fact that some trans people don't identify with the labels the medical community attaches to their genitals. Now, first of all, I think it's an atrocity that the medical community is going around attaching labels to people's genitals. I think this practice has to stop right now. All right, so LifeSite News, Jonathan Van Maren writes, women who claim they are men but are still anatomically female feel that accurately labeling their genitals is problematic because they don't identify with the medically correct terms. In other words, they accurately fear that if someone knows they have a vagina, those people will assume that they are female when they have decided that they are not. That's wonderful. I mean, this is why I talk about feminist culture collapsing, because when you are at war with reality, the one thing you can be certain of is that you're going to lose the war because reality always wins, right? But it's so degrading to women. It is so degrading to women. Being a woman is a full body experience. It's a full life experience. It starts when you're a little girl. It continues as you become a grown female woman, and you experience all the things that happen in that, all the psychological things, all the physical things. I have been told, it can be very beautiful, very difficult, like being a man, which I think is probably a less complex experience. I think being a man may be a less complex experience, but it is also an experience full of beauty and pain and suffering. And to just basically say that you are colonizing somebody else's experience because you are experiencing some sort of disconnect inside you is so offensive. It is so offensive to the people who are actually living it. And to then say, we're going to change these words and that's going to change reality is just absurd. But I love absurdity, so at least I got a laugh out of it. At least I'm laughing through my face hole at their front hole. So I think that is worthwhile. The mailbag is tomorrow. Get your subscription to the Daily Wire right now, and then go on the site, hit the podcast button, hit the Andrew Klavan podcast button, hit the little mailbag symbol, and you can ask anything you want. We will answer all your questions. The answers are guaranteed 100% correct. And as of the moment I speak them, your life will be changed. And boy, that's going to be ugly. I'm Andrew Klavan. This is The Andrew Klavan Show. We'll see you tomorrow. The Andrew Klavan Show is produced by Robert Sterling. Executive producer, Jeremy Boring. Senior producer, Jonathan Hay. Our supervising producer is Mathis Glover. Technical producer, Austin Stevens. Edited by Alex Zingaro. Audio is mixed by Mike Cormina. Hair and makeup is by Jesua Alvera. And our animations are by Cynthia Angulo and Jacob Jackson. The Andrew Klavan Show is a Daily Wire Forward Publishing production. Copyright Forward Publishing 2018.